it's just 4 days into the new year now, and soon enough, people are going to be getting back to their old routines, right? Back at the office. The water cooler crowd are going to be asking you the big question. Did you make your New Year's resolution? How you doing with that, right? Yeah, the utility of that question might be more impactful than you think. You know, with all that in mind, the CBC's Daryl Din hit the mall in Labrador West to put that question to some strangers.
Are you doing any New Year's resolutions?
No. Gonna drink more.
And if you're not doing one, why?
No, I never even thought about it.
And what's yours?
What are you going at?
I don't think I made one. Probably exercise more.
Yes, we need more exercise.
We can start, but it's just going to stop again, right?
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Do I have New Year's resolutions? No, I do not have New Year's resolution.
And why is that?
I just never ever practiced that. Never ever.
What's your New Year's resolution?
To find a better paying job.
And what are your odds on that?
I'm hoping very good.
And anyone else in your family doing resolutions?
Yes, my husband's trying to get his diabetes under control better.
That's a good resolution. Yeah. What about you? What's your New Year's resolution?
To be a happier and healthier me.
And what are you going to do for that?
Started working out and eating better.
Did you get the membership yet?
I have an online one, yes. Yeah.
What's your New Year's resolution?
Just to appreciate someone's, take time to appreciate good health, family, friends, and it's not really a resolution, but that's my intent.
No, I saw someone earlier on a show today saying like intention is probably better than setting something unrealistic that you're not going to do.
So my intention is to take care of my health and keep active, and hopefully everybody else will have a healthy 2024.
That's great. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Those were some folks in Labrador West sharing some of their New Year's resolutions and, a bit of a lean there towards intentions, which was interesting. So now to talk about which one may be more effective than the other and how to actually follow through. We've got Janine Hubbard here, a registered psychologist based in St. John's. Good morning.
Good morning and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you. What did you think of what you just heard there? Sort of some were resolving things, some were intending things. Yeah. What do you think of one versus the other?
I mean, it's a really interesting mix, and I think they're all valid. I heard some very specific goals, which is more likely to lead to success. And I heard some kind of vague aspirations, which are probably going to be a lot more difficult to actually follow through on. And I like the idea of, again, just kind of being more reflective and maybe looking towards, some more, whether it's self-care or some positive additions as opposed to self-improvement and that, need to make like major lifestyle changes.
That is interesting. So let me just say this very casually then. When you set a flimsy goal, like I want to be happy, right? How effective is that?
Well, that's the equivalent of parents telling their kids, be good.
Right.
Work hard. What the heck does that mean?
Right, okay.
Because, like I said, we talk a lot with any kind of behavioral change about SMART goals. Is it specific? Is it measurable? What does being healthier mean? How do I measure that? You want it to be something that's really achievable, and it has to be realistic. So when we hear these, I'd like to be healthier, I'd like to eat better, I'd like to, get more exercise. No, what I want to hear is, I'm going to make it a goal to park at the end of the parking lot, not at the front, and get in a couple of extra steps every day. And maybe after, and again, not every day, because there are some days where the weather's so lousy that I want to be as close to the door as possible. That's fine. So making it something that's fairly easy to incorporate into your life isn't going to radically change your routine and your schedule and, suddenly have you waking up 2 hours earlier than you're used to doing. It's just little changes, but they're ones that you can actually track and measure.
I like this. So the action plan, you really need to put more detail around it.
It has to be something that you could put on. If you think back, if you could do a sticker chart, I want the very specific, I will walk to the mailbox. I will take a set of stairs. I will eat a carrot. And literally, you want to have it that observable and trackable. And listen, and if it helps to pull out a sticker chart and put some carrot stickers or vegetable stickers on it, because if your goal is to eat one more vegetable a day, you know what? Sometimes that kind of visual can be really reinforcing for us. And also remembering that, you know what? Start your goal that I'm going to do that 1 or 2 days a week. It doesn't have to be 7 days a week.
And that doesn't seem like work anymore.
No.
Right? It's like I can nail a carrot, like whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's achievable, and it's not going to like make a huge alteration in your life, but by the end of the week, that's 3 more carrots than you ate last week.
And you know what? It's hard to get. That makes it harder to get down on yourself if you fail. So, I mean, let's talk about this too, because when we talk about, all this is about self-improvement, right? Mm-hmm. It's easy to get down on yourself in the self-improvement train.
And that's also why so many people don't make resolutions, either because it's just not the right time for them, or they've not been successful in the past. And the last thing in the world you want to do is set yourself up for feeling discouragement. Because we do tend to engage in a lot of all or nothing thinking without a plan for, well, what happens when life happens and I wasn't able to achieve my goal that day or that week? There's a tendency to go, oh, well, I'll try again next January. No, work on goals that are 1 or 2 times a week. And if there's a week where you're sick or something has happened, it's okay. Try again next week. We need to be kind to ourselves. We need to be gentle to ourselves in order to make kind of long-term life changes.
Can we talk about the what happens when you fail? Like you set a personal goal and then you fail, and then so starts the snowball effect, I guess, right? I mean, how do you avoid that of setting a high expectation, failing to achieve it, right? Like, I mean, is it just about lowering the bar out the gate?
A lot of it is lowering the bar, literally making it, I'm going to do one little thing.
Okay.
And track it, make yourself accountable, have a buddy who, again, isn't going to beat you up and, with that discouragement of, wow, why didn't you get that done? They're going to be there to support you and go, that's okay. Try again tomorrow. Or, hey, let's look at what got in the way of you being able to do that. How can I help you? How can you help me on whatever my goal is? So that buddy system, that accountability. And like I say, knowing that small goals are much more achievable than these big, unrealistic, all or nothing kind of plans.
We were talking about this survey that was on the Forbes website yesterday, and it was all about, health tracking. And most people, like 48% of people that set New Year's goals, do it to, with healthier mindset. Mm-hmm. And so that is, whether it's get fit, eat better, whatever. Most people, though, kind of drop off the wagon by the second Friday in January. And then the next wave is going to be in 3 months. You'd be at the top end. I mean, even just looking at those, right? Like those goalposts, how is it helpful to think in terms of those goalposts? I need to get to next Friday and then the 3 months out.
Well, for sure. The other thing is there's always been this trend of, well, it's going to be these healthy self-improvements like smoking and eating and exercise. How about we look at it on the opposite side of reflect back on last year. What were some things that I really enjoyed that I want to make time to do more of in my life? Because again, that's part of that self-care. That's part of that mental health care. So as opposed to worrying about, improving my diet and my exercise plan, it's the, I really felt better when I was able to take time to have a coffee with a friend or read a book or engage in a craft or go for a walk. What were the things that I did last year that I want to add more of into my life? And it's not because it's some big healthy goal. It's because ultimately our goal for all of us is, being our best selves and being our happiest selves. And that happiest self might not eat as many vegetables as maybe we should. But you know what? If there's some socializing, if there's some self-care activities happening, maybe that's your goal for the year.
What's the number one thing that people can do just to be in a better mindset?
Some of it is really small goals. There's apps out there, if you like apps that help, especially if you're a little competitive. There's one called Finch that I really like, and it's just got all kinds of little mini exercise and mindfulness goals. And the more of them you do, the happier your little creature becomes. And it's just kind of a nice way of tracking it. It could be just setting reminders on your phone once an hour to take a deep breath and stretch your shoulders. And you know what? You're suddenly, I know it sounds way too simple and it sounds all airy-fairy, but it can then make you more productive for that next hour.
It's true, right? You get up and stretch for a minute.
Yeah, but set the reminders on your phone so that you start to condition yourself that you need to be doing that.
Carrots, walks, stretches, breathe, right?
And have fun.
Right, yeah.
Find the fun things and make sure that there's time for them in your schedule.
I love that. Okay, I'm going to have to program that too. Janine Hubbard, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you,
Thanks
too.
for the
And
tips.
to all the listeners.
Oh, this has been fantastic. Hopefully that was helpful for you. I know it was helpful for me. That was Janine Hubbard, registered psychologist based here in St. John's.